So recently I discovered that Blender has a VFX layout, or workspace as they're called, and I've always done my visual effects in After Effects, always been more or less an Adobe guy, at least until they started moving away from lifetime licenses and into cloud-based subscription, which I kind of tend to dislike. But I find it finally timed that shortly after I started reading my way into the open source world. And in today's video we're going to take a look at Blender and some of the capabilities that it brings with compositing and motion tracking. And we're going to be visiting Judd Riley's studios. I have my good friend Judd Riley here who produces music videos here in the Pacific Northwest, and he's going to walk us through a little bit of the production capabilities that Blender has using compositing and motion tracking, particularly the motion tracking. What I'm about to show you guys today astounded me when I saw it for the first time. I did not know that it was this easy to produce motion tracking in Blender. I've always gone to After Effects for that, but what I saw him walk us through, and he's going to walk us through all the steps of doing motion tracking and compositing a image on top to do a sky replacement. At least that's what I started using these techniques for, and you know what? I believe anybody can do this because I could not believe how easy it was. So without further ado, let's cut to the tutorial. Welcome creators, you are watching Project Daydreamer. This is Judd Riley Studios.
Absolutely. And
today we're going through some Blender compositing.
Yes, I don't have my toolbox fully equipped, but nonetheless I will compensate by pulling something off the internet.
Okay, recording. So I guess for motion tracking, I will need to learn how to do a green screen in Blender.
Yep, because you're going to take that, it's pretty much like a PNG. You're going to take the PNG of the video of him standing, you're going to composite and motion track to your thing. So
okay, so we gotta do the whole thing over again too.
Sorry for the minor setback, guys. We're here.
We have movie clip, image connected to image of composite over there. And then we have keying connected to
alpha convert here.
Viewer.
What we do here is so we need to take our actual.
This is a lot more complicated workflow than in DaVinci Resolve.
Oh, trust me, it's a little bit easier. So like, what you want to do is take all this, open clip. There we go. And control V or yeah, it's like the hotkeys and stuff are a little bit different, but it's okay. Let's go here. So we need. I like how it keyed out is saying. So we need to key out the green here, and then it's a pretty perfect key though. Holy crap! And then
okay. So
I don't need to use the masking node that he was using to cut out everything else. So now this is just a simple. So now I can like
take a snapshot of that in your brains, guys. Movie clip to keying to alpha convert to composite and viewer.
Yep.
Every node is connected to image. That's amazing.
So you got your movie clip.
That's easy.
You want that, and you got to shift or control shift to get the viewer node, which is this one, is what allows you to see what you're actually doing here. And then all this stuff, if you need to. Like around the edges, if you need a cleaner key, you can adjust like a clip white and a clip black is usually what I do. It'll soften or sharpen up the edges, but it looks here it's a perfect green screen, so we don't have to worry about doing too much adjusting or micromanaging. So we're pretty much set here, and now we can render this. This is the step 2 of the whole conversion process here.
So
you want to.
Is this the basic, or did you add this alpha convert stuff?
I add the alpha convert here to help.
Clean up the edges.
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
And all that stuff. So you don't really need to know too much of the purpose of everything, unless you really need to get a perfect green screen, unless you're working with a lot of motion. So now here,
yes.
This is the second process. We just need to render this now. So what I need to do is go to the folder. This is personally my workflow. You don't have to do this, but you want to have a place to save your image sequence for when you do import it later. So we're going to save this data, this PNG data to, we're going to save this as TIFF. This is important. TIFF, uncompressed TIFF. And should save that to your imported. And now we got successfully keyed out. No. Plus, we don't have to render it all the way through, so the next part, step 3, is going to be the compositing, which is my personal favorite. Oh, baby, look at Shia LaBeouf. We could do whatever we want with him. We could play God. We could put him in a Hawaiian island if we wanted to. But I just think for information's sake, we will put him in front of a space stadium.
Okay.
No. All right, now we're on to the third process, on to compositing now. So what you want to do is, you always want to make sure if you're someone watching this and already have Blender, what you want to do is go to your preferences and go to your add-ons tab and enable import images as planes, which is important. So I just type in images in the search bar, make sure you have import images as planes activated, and save your preferences. So that way it is there every time. So now what you want to do is file, import images as planes, and then you go to your green screen footage. Make sure to animate image sequence. Principled if you want to work with actual lighting, or emit if you want the actual lighting. So import images as planes. Oops, let me try that one more time. Of course it doesn't work. Click all. Do you want to select all? Okay, now we have our footage here. You can...
So that's to get everything into 3D space.
Yes. So now you can add like your lighting and everything. Increase the strength of that. So now you can actually work with real lighting. You can light your subject. So let me put like a background here, just to start kind of building our environment. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, this is our footage that we shot. You could either composite green screen with digital environment or live action environment. So now just to demonstrate how awesome this can really look. So now, you see we have a problem. It's not casting the shadow properly. But how to fix that? We go to...
Like the shadow from his body instead of the...
Yeah, see, it's projecting the...
square.
The frame is a step in fixing that. I just gotta remember how to do it.
Wow. So go down to settings.
Go to settings and change your shadow mode from none to alpha hashed, and now it reflects a perfect shadow. I could change the shadow resolution as well to get it more sharp. But yeah, dude.
Neato. Neato.
Very neato Frito. Let's give it sort of a just a world. Real quick here. We realized.
So I gotta capture this bit right here. So Judd was explaining to me how motion tracking works in Blender, and I come from the old days of being inspired by Freddie Wong and Corridor Digital, and just discovering After Effects. And I explained to him how motion tracking there works. It's automatic, but you have to set a correction window and a sort of standard deviation that you're going to use to get frame by frame information, but you have to babysit it. Here in Blender, you just get a bunch of data. Look at this. Look at all of that data that it picks up on from the footage.
With little to no information to motion track, it analyzes it and it captures the nearest little bit and just calculates it up on its own.
So that is so much easier. That's astounding.
Yeah, I'll go through the process real quick. So just delete all this. So all you have to do is just pre-render it basically. You set your scene frames and it calculates and analyzes every frame within the video. You prefetch it and now boom, it's already rendered. So now you detect the features. And all you got to do is press Control T. And what it does is analyzes everything, and now you already have a beautifully motion tracked sequence. And so yeah, it's little to no work. Maybe that of like minor corrections here and there, but
depending on where you're going to put your,
right
effects.
The workflow though just is overall a lot faster than what you would normally do if you were to use After Effects. But yeah, then given how easy and simple that shot was, man, that just demonstrates just how easy I think.
See, guys, the power of open source free software and the communities driving, the communities behind them driving them are unparamount and just invaluable when it comes to the type of work we do. And so every tool in our studio
recognizing
is
the
like
realm
this.
Of possibility with the tools that you have at hand and take advantage of it. Oh, and this little cube here I'll show demonstrate in a different video that I can place this cube right now in this sequence, which I'll have to remember how to do that. But until then, we could just bask in this glory. But look at that, man.
Yay.
Yeah, dude. They also have
motion
track
so
apps.
now he's motion tracking me.
Well, this
my
is
body.
A very poor demonstration, but let's just say, hypothetically speaking, he has a bunch of motion track markers around him. Like I said earlier, you could take all that motion track data and apply or attach it to any model. So if you have like an animated character you want to move, you don't want to do all that manual animation, just take all that motion track data and attach it to him, and bam, you got yourself a moving object. And if you have the budget, you could motion track in real time, so you could actually operate within that space. Say if I had like a model right here, like in this actual footage, I can control the movement, and I could like run after you or something. I can actually correspond with your movement.
I was thinking he tried motion tracking my eyeballs, and I was like, you could put some funky glasses on, or you could put a space helmet.
I know, right? Or let's see if I can. Let me try another little piece of footage here that maybe I could find in my video projects. Maybe
check it out. New footage.
Oh yeah. One thing I always forget to do is go to the color management, change that from filmic to standard, and it takes it back down to its. There you go. A little bit more exposed. This is crappy footage, but we're gonna see what we can do. Maybe I can motion track your board here. So I'll place some motion trackers here. Oh, first I need to prefetch it, render it in. Detect feature. I'm gonna see if I can even detect features first. It might actually latch onto your wheels. Oh wow, that's about how much it picked up. But we're not focused on that. Let's see. Sometimes it's important how you shoot your footage too. Sometimes, particularly with high shutter speeds, you can motion capture a lot easier. We'll need to make some minor corrections, but that's really not your motion track here. So now delete that one for that frame. Delete that for that frame. With any high motion, you're always going to have to make some corrections, but nonetheless.
Neat. Sweet.
You can put some like monster truck wheels or something on it. Hey, look at that. Just make a gif of that. I'm just gonna...
The freaky levitating board. Yeah. So, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick Blender demo. I promise we will use screen capturing software next time, but likely you get the gist, and my camera was in focus most of the time. I just kind of wanted to pick up the camera today and shoot something so you guys could step into our world. Stay tuned as we're starting a new media tips and production tutorials series called Project Daydreamer, so hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Stay frosty.